Is it June 2020 already? My goodness. Let's talk about the Seattle real estate market.
And now, your Seattle real estate market update with Aaron Janus.
Welcome to this month's market update. Appreciate you joining us. As always, we're going to start by looking at some numbers. These numbers are compiled from the Northwest Multiple Listing Service, and this is going to be for the month ending May. And then towards the end of the video, we're going to jump into what's happening right now in these first 2 weeks of June. So as always, we'll start with these numbers, and we always start with median sales price. And right now in the city of Seattle, we're looking at a $715,000 median sales price, which is down just under 1% year over year. Same time last year. Eastside, we're looking at $865,000 as a median sales price, which is up nearly 5%, 4.9% year over year. If we look at King County as a whole, $627,000 is our median price, which is down about 2.7% year over year. Okay, so the next thing we like to take a look at are inventory levels. If we look in the city of Seattle, our active inventory is down about 36% year over year, and pending sales are down about 16% year over year. Right now we have just over 2 months of inventory, which again, if you remember, 3 months or less, seller's market. Definitely a still advantage seller. If we look at the east side, our active listings are down 41% year over year, pending sales down 24%, and around the same months of inventory, 2.08 months of inventory. If we look at King County as a whole, we're down 40% in terms of active inventory year over year, and pending sales are down 19%, which is 1.74 months of inventory across the board. Another number that we like to look at each market update are where mortgage rates are at. Our friends over at Freddie Mac tell us that the 30-year fixed rate average is 3.21%. That's for the week ending June 12th. That's per Freddie Mac. Again, this is down 0.61% from the same time last year when rates were at 3.82. So we are still hovering around all-time record lows for mortgage rates. Okay, so now here we are in the middle of June. What is happening right now? Here's what we know, that the number of homes available to purchase in Seattle is down when compared to the average of the last few years, but it's better than May. There's more activity now than there was in May or April. We're not at a normal level by any means, but we are creeping back up there into more of a traditional spring summer level of activity. What's really interesting is, again, like we did last time, is to take a bit of a dive into our weekly stats. So let's do that right now. So just like last month, let's take a look at these slides from the Northwest Multiple Listing Service. Let's start with new listings. This is on a week-by-week basis, and this really tells an interesting story. You can see 2019 versus 2020 on a weekly basis, what's happened. We sort of bottomed out in April with the new listings coming on, and you can see, with the exception of a week or two there, we've been trending upwards. Now we're not quite at the inventory levels that we were last year by any means. Now what's really interesting is if we look at pending transactions. So these are homes that have gone under contract. And this is where you can really sort of see how the market is picking up. You can see the beginning, it looks like the week ending May 26th, we have actually eclipsed last year's pending sales week to week. And that's 3 weeks running now that we have more pending transactions here in 2020 than we did in 2019. So it's clear that things are heating up. A lot of what we were talking about our typical spring market sort of pushing into summer, it looks like that is exactly what's happening. Okay, so what does this all mean if you're a seller? Well, the current demand for housing is very strong. 1/3 of the homes listed since June 1st have already sold. There's demand from buyers right now. If you're interested in selling, we can obviously help. In fact, we just made a video about how our team is leveraging a variety of new tools and technology to successfully sell homes here in 2020. So what does this mean if you're a buyer? Well, the market is significantly less competitive now for buyers than it was before we started. There are both fewer homes available and fewer buyers in the market. One metric that we use to take a look at how competitive the situation is for buyers is taking a look at how many new listings have review dates. Now, if we look at Seattle specifically, In the first 2 weeks of June, there were 650 active and pending homes in Seattle, and 212 of those had a review date, or 32%. 438 did not have a review date. So that is one metric that we can use to sort of tease out how competitive things are. In King County, in terms of offer reviews, there were almost 1,800 homes active and pending, single-family homes and condos in the first 2 weeks of June. 584 had a review date, or about a third. 1,214 did not have a review date, which is about 68%. Of the homes and condos listed in the first 2 weeks of June, 1/3 of them are reviewing offers. To give you some context there, in May, it was 23%, April, 18%, March, 43%, and 32% in February. Those are all Seattle numbers. Bottom line, we are nowhere near back to normal, but things are normalizing in some respects. Either way, we're here if you have any questions. Obviously, we would love to be a resource for you or anybody that you know that has questions about the market or, in fact, are looking to buy or sell. And if you haven't done so already, check out the link below for our newest video about helping sellers. And you may even find some interesting information, like things that are
new for COVID.
Exactly. All right, folks, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us, and we look forward to connecting, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
House goals realized. Janus Group at RE/MAX Integrity.
It's a tooth!